Hello class. In this video we're going to add a scale figure to this drawing because I always think scale figures are always important in any architecture. Architecture is about people and it really lets us feel the scale as you're sort of doing it. So to do that, I think the easiest way or good way for a drawing like this is to go grab something from Google. So I've already come here and I've typed in scale figure, and then after I typed in scale figure, it gave me some options here, and I clicked this one which says silhouette. It's the first one in my case, and it very well might likely be in your case. I want to talk about selecting the right image here because there's a few things you need to know to understand what you're doing. When you see over on the left-hand side, you see a black silhouette with a white background. If you click on one, like I've clicked on this one, you'll notice on the preview you get the checkerboard pattern. Just like in Photoshop, a checkerboard pattern means that it's transparent. It means that this is a good image, all right? Because it's going to be transparent, and when I put it in, it's not going to have a white box around it covering things up. Now we could solve that white box through other ways in Illustrator, but getting a good one to go just is the easiest. And I just want to point out, let's take a look at this one. If you look closely here or similarly here or here, you see a checkerboard pattern over here. If I click here, it's going to look like it's transparent, but that is a fake transparency. If you see transparency over here, if I click on this, we can see it better. It means that checkerboard pattern is actually pixels in the image. Otherwise, they wouldn't show here. So again, it needs to be white on this side and checkerboard pattern on that side for it to work for you. Some of these, and I don't know, some of them might be white and white. If it's white on both sides, then it's not going to be transparent either. Most of these are, so it's going to be okay. So I think I'm going to go with this guy here. He looks pretty good. So when you're ready, just save the image, right click, save image, save it to where you need to be. It's going to be a PNG probably right there. That's how you know you've got a good image. As well, we'll come back to our file. I'm going to go up to a pretty high layer, make a new layer, just call it scale figure, and go to file place and find where you have saved that scale figure. I think I put them here. Same thing as before, if you want to make sure the link is unchecked so that the work gets all in here in the file itself. So file place, and just click and pull it in. It's okay if you make it too big or too small at first. And then decide where you want to put it. We're just going to, use an estimate for scale. So if you put it like next to a door, oops, and Control Z there. I'm going to pull from the corner and hold Shift. I put it next to the door to sort of get him scaled to the right size. And actually, if he's way back here, the scale figure is going to be quite small because you step up, the step up's there, and then he's going to be like that tall, maybe even slightly taller, but approximately that tall in that location's a bit small. Maybe it'll look better if he's over next to this door where I can make him a little bit bigger on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and have him standing on the porch, I think. Just right here gives it a sense of scale. You can go and put more than one scale figure in your drawing. You could make them transparent. It doesn't have to be full black. You can make it a different color. A little bit of transparency sometimes helps because it gives it sort of like, oh, they're moving, they're not set in the architecture. You could have a stroke on it to outline it. There's lots of different ways you could do scale figures, but the simplest way is to sort of do that. So add some scale figures, and we'll come back with one more lesson on how to do text and finishing this up. All right, I'll see you there.